Okay, so today, I wasn't going to put something together until tonight, but I want to share some things while it's fresh. Um, had a really hard morning, not as hard as I've had in the past, but a tough morning. But what I wanted to share right now is two things that happened that made me feel a lot better. So this kind of goes back to some things that were behavior modification things that you can learn in RAP, the Wellness Recovery Action Plan, and um, uh, general wellness maintenance tips. But the first thing I wanted to share was, so it's, I don't know, 10, what time is it? 10 o'clock, I think. Hold on, hold the phone. 10:15. All right. And I dropped off my kid at school, 8:15. He and I argued. It was not really a very smooth ride. Then driving home, my tailgate broke off my truck. Things went flying off the truck. Got all that back in. Ripped my finger open. So it was challenging. Um, when I got home, now, so first, with all of that, it didn't get as bad as it's gotten in the past. Um, and I'm trying to identify degrees of my moments. Um, this wasn't the worst degree. Um, and because I was alone on the side of the highway, not even around people, because the spot on the highway didn't have like houses and businesses and whatever's. I was kind of alone. I cussed up a storm. So, got that out of my system to a certain degree. And I don't know that that's the worst thing if you can find kind of a safe way to vent. But um, had that, got home, two things I wanted to share that really helped me a lot. First, my cat. I never ever thought I would be a cat person. Swear to God, I grew up with dogs. But my cat sat on me. It's like she knew I needed a hug. Is a little weird, but I took advantage of it. So I sat and held her for a long time. And she sat there, which right there tells you, not all. I mean, I have a lap cat, but still, she sat there for a long time, even for her. And that was nice. And she was purring, and that was cool, and that made me feel better. And then I called a friend of mine that was related, kind of a business. She's a good friend, but it was business that we were planning to get together today to meet up. That we've got some plans to work on for prospecting. Um, and I needed to call her, but I couldn't call her right away because of how I was feeling. The cat made me feel better. Then I called her. Then she kind of put the final touches on that and really helped me come around to where I could make this post. So here's a couple things. The biggest thing about this series that I want to talk about is not just um, the keto diet, because the diet that I will be sharing and getting into some of the details, I'm hoping is going to minimize my bipolar challenges in life. Oh shoot, I wasn't going to tell you what I had. All right, well, it's out there. I guess I could delete this. You know what? Screw it. It is what it is. All right, so what I have is bipolar. Um, but it could be minimizing some of my overall reactions. Here it is, 10 o'clock. I only had about an hour, and it wasn't near as bad as it's been before. Just snowball of crap. Um, but those two things I think that I mentioned with the cat and my friend, they are super, super, super critical. I think in a strategy in getting through life with if you've got some challenges. So in my life, um, with my challenges, having something to snuggle with a pet, a person would I always kind of wanted that. But just those kinds of something like that can ease your stress. Kind of a wellness tool. I would call a pet a wellness tool, if it's something that helps you. And then support system. Um, this friend I'm referring to, um, she understands my challenges. She accepts me for, as a person with a mental illness. And she understood when I told her, because we were going to meet earlier today, and I'm like, I'm feeling better, but I'm not really quite ready there, but I'm getting better. So we are going to meet, and I think I'm going to be in a really good. I'm already in a kind of a good place, which is half the reason I wanted to post this. Because you know what, for someone that has had years of this, and to be kind of already feeling better in just a couple hours is kind of miraculous, for me. Um, so it might be diet related. If I totally get this into remission, I will guarantee, that's absolutely got to be the answer. The other thing is I'm cutting back on some of my meds, because I'll get into some of the strategy around that later. Medications are a band-aid, and you know what? I don't want to give advice with regard to this. What I am personally choosing to think about is I need to learn how to live life in a natural way, in a healthy way, in a way that my mind's not constantly going up and down in controlled chemical controls. Um, I need to get more stable and know who I am, as opposed to being like on a med. So I haven't cut them out, but um, I'm minimizing it. But that's me. All right. I'm only going to share with you what I'm experiencing. So and some of the things. So I wanted to get into a whole nother conversation around why, but because this happened this morning, I wanted to share this. So the two takeaways, right? There are wellness tools that you want to think about, things that will help you feel well. So my cat really helped me this morning, and then a support system with you don't need a lot, right? Just, a friend or two that you can reach out to, that you can say, I'm feeling like crap and it's because of my mental illness, and help me. Just be there. You don't got to give me answers or solutions. Just accept me for who I am. Um, and that's it. So I'm going to make another post later, about, the big why of getting into, any kind of a life improvement, whether it's this or growing a business, but this has really brought it into full vision. I'm not thinking of the right words, but I'm not going to script this out. So, in full view, this has brought I've heard about why forever with growing a business and pushing you past the obstacles. Well, if there's ever an experience in my life that has helped me realize exactly why that's so important, this is it. And I'll touch on that later. Um, and Other than that, let me say publicly to my father who's passed, Dad, I'm so sorry I teased you about your cat. I used to tease him, and I feel so bad about that. Because, cats are just not like a guy thing. Anyway, uh, but I have one, and she's great, and so I have to eat crow. All right, y'all have an awesome day, and I will check in later with what I said I wanted to talk about. So have an awesome day today.